Beneath O Glory, Book 5, Taming the Land, Chapter 11. For Brendan's first birthday on October 8th, 1874, Andrew brought home another puppy. The birthday was the excuse, anyway. "Think he'll do?" he asked Lizzie, holding up a stocky black and white pup in one hand. The puppy's paws hung through Andrew's fingers, and a thick club-like black tail with a white tip hung down behind. The little dog blinked shy brown eyes and hid his moist black nose against Andrew's thumb when Lizzie came to look him over. "I think he'll do just fine," she approved, reaching to scratch around the puppy's ears. "Have you named him yet?" "I have, actually, if you don't mind. I was thinking he'd make a mighty fine Lancelot. Lance, for short." Lizzie laughed. "All right, since I didn't let you name Brendan that, I will allow it for the dog. He's a nice-looking one, isn't he?" She solemnly shook the puppy's paw. "Welcome to Camp Soddy, Sergeant Lance." Lance looked unimpressed with her formalities, but deigned to lick her hand and swing his thick tail. Andrew carried the dog inside and tied him up with Molly's old collar and chain. Brendan toddled over to make his acquaintance, but Lance was not so gentle and compliant as Molly had been, and gave Brendan a sharp nip to warn him off. Brendan cried, and Lance crawled under the bed. "They'll soon get accustomed to each other," Andrew said, unconcerned. "And by the way, Liz, have you noticed that the waterfowl are starting to come through? Jackson and I were planning to take off from plowing next Saturday, and take the day to go duck hunting along the Arkansas River." "Would you mind very much if I came with you?" Lizzie asked hopefully. "It'll be winter all too soon, and I do like to be outdoors as much as I can. Besides, I don't want your new puppy to be axed while you're gone again." "Come if you want to," Andrew consented. "Just bring enough to occupy yourself. We're planning to make a full day of it." That sounded fine to Lizzie. She and Veronica prepared the smokehouse in the barnyard over the next week, and on Saturday Lizzie was ready with a stack of mending, their dinner rolled up in a clean towel, Brendan on her hip and Lance on a leash. Jackson had the team waiting at the barn, hitched to the wagon and impatient to go. Even the horses were glad to be outside again now that the grasshoppers were gone. "Liz wheedled me into letting her come with us. I hope you don't mind," Andrew said, laying his newly acquired shotgun and game bags into the wagon bed. "Not unless she pinches me the entire drive," Jackson winked. "I hadn't thought of it before, but now that you put the idea in my head—" Lizzie smiled at him, climbing over the wheel and sitting down between the rifles, shotguns, and game bags. "Be careful, don't touch anything," she warned Brendan. Andrew climbed up to the seat beside Jackson and began to talk even before the horses trotted out. "Did you hear that General Custer led an expedition into the Black Hills and Dakota Territory this last summer?" he demanded hotly. "The 1868 treaty strictly forbade any white men to enter the Black Hills, and yet in he goes, and after gold no less. The Indians think that farming is an insult to the land, but mining? There will be consequences, and I don't think there'll be minor ones either. Everyone knows the Black Hills are sacred land to the Sioux. Haven't we already angered them enough by breaking older treaties, killing off the buffalo and crowding them even farther west? I declare I thought the fight at Adobe Walls and the Red River were bad. Well, this is 10 times worse, just waltzing in where we promised we wouldn't go, to see if we can only attract more illegal travelers. What is Custer thinking? He should take a lesson from President Grant. He's at least trying to be fair to the Indians, even if he can't control everything. But Custer is out to pick a fight, and not even fair fights. Remember his massacre at Washita River? And now he had to choose the Black Hills. If I saw that man coming, I'd line him out whether I was an Indian or not." "I know, the Black Hills were certainly a poor choice to break a treaty over," Jackson sighed. "When I was growing up, the settlers and the Indians lived pretty much in peace. I don't like this constant state of warfare that our army is stirring up. My children are going to face a very different set of circumstances than I did, and I'm not thinking it will be good."